Hello and welcome, all you light workers and light warriors, earth angels, bringers of the new dawn. Welcome, all you magical, mystical beings, whoever you are and wherever you came from. You're here now as a divine human, and let's celebrate that we got to be able to gather together and get support from the unseen and the seen realms, and for being the ones that have answered the calls and found each other and walk on a path of love together and be all that we came to be way showers and models of that as we unfold, as we become more of who we are, ones that illuminate our own wisdom, our own mastery and purity. And this is our true service to humanity. And so we now call in with gratitude and welcome and become in harmony with the violet flame of transmutation and the benevolent beings from our great and grand central suns. And as always, we illuminate with these solar forces, the colored rays of the sun, the Elohim, into all of our energy centers and our trifold flame in our heart. And we unite with the heavenly codes of light that assist us in expressing our higher selves, our I am presences, that have a finer frequency that guide us if we choose to listen. We ignite the inner light of our mighty I am presence, our monads, our rainbow body, our divine blueprints. We call in Mother, Father, God, the Holy Trinity, the Christed solar force, to emit a glow within us, to transcend the obsolete old patterns of separation and duality in ourselves, so we can model this to our loved ones, humans, sentient beings. And we invoke in the golden and violet and rainbow dragons. We're going to have pink dragons coming tonight because I guess it's all about love. So I wore pink to welcome the pink dragons and our magical, mystical unicorn guides, and of course, our guardian angels. So just feel where your guardian angel is as you say hello to him or her, and just feel that flutter and how they're love bombing us too. Why? Because we asked. We call in the Great White Brotherhood, the great archangels, the ascended masters, Buddha, Paramahansa Yogananda, Isis, to support us all now in creating this new solar earth together. Beings, pure light from the realms of the illuminated truths, assisting us at this time where humanity is taking great steps, painful, great steps in our evolution. So may they be here with ease and grace. And we feel that right to the core of our DNA as we activate our ancient wisdom and ignite our heart flames and feel connected to each other as balls of light in a circle. And in the circle center is the pillar, the 0 point field, the plasmic field of oneness. I command you, God, to place each person listening live or on the replay into a sphere of unconditional love from the ultimate dimensions, with our sacral points in the center. Okay, so let's just celebrate that now we've just left the earlier part of the day done. We're here to just soak in a bath of love and just see what that is for us, what we experience, what we can allow. My name is Annie Nelson. I'm a healing facilitator and clairvoyant for over 30 years. I'm your host, along with my starseed aspect of myself, which is like my higher aspect of myself. And her name is Anna Star. And she's here. I can feel her connected in, and she helps me select words. Okay, there we go. So we gather in safe and sacred space, not only just to be with each other, but to also sharpen our senses, to develop our senses, our gifts, our ability to have inner presencing be a very sacred space for us that we can visit every single day on our own when we're not in group healings like we are now. So I invite you to get out of the to-do mode and just listen, relax, receive, let it happen. For tonight's topic, the compass of your heart and love bombing from Arch Angel Chamuel, and the broadcast of frequencies of the homeopathic remedy Ignatia. And so Ignatia is for brokenheartedness, heavy-heartedness, grief. It's for the heart. And so yay. And Archangel Chamuel is really the angel for, and I did not know this because he's not my go-to, but he's going to be my go-to now because he has tremendous amount of strength to help us overcome difficult situations and bring in pure love to illuminate our lives. And it means he who, or he or she who seeks God. And this is going to be our friend tonight. And I already said before I started recording, I had to back out a little bit of his energy because my heart was starting to purge again and I just couldn't stop crying. So you guys could cry away if you feel like it. I'm going to try not to. So yeah, let's continue to ride the waves of Saint Valentine's Day. So it's too bad I couldn't get it to land on that day, but whatever. It's a potent day for all kinds of love, but the love that we talk about is the love in these circles is going to be unconditional love. It's our intention is to experience our hearts opening more easily, allowing us to embody transcendent love, divine love, true unconditional love. It's beyond human love, but we do our best. We do our best, and we've all had moments of it because that's awe. That's when we feel awe. Okay, so we ask the power of the goddesses and gods to help us call in this great Archangel Chamuel to be with us, the master of higher love, and Kuan Yin and Mother Mary. Okay, there we go. So just see where you feel that. I feel Mother Mary right in the throat. So these masters, these beings who are assigned to us tonight, they light up the world and bring pure unconditional love to humanity. That is their job. And tonight they are helping us anchor pure love into the lives of those who are ready, because it massively promotes ascension on your path when you let this in. And Diana Cooper, I dig her. She's from England, and she talks about the rose pink dragons. So we're going to invite the rose pink dragons to come in now, because they are particularly good at attuning frequencies of higher love. There we go. Just see as we welcome them in, just see where you notice that energy. That's right in my head. Okay. They can help open our hearts and infuse us with joy and awaken the higher vibrations, also, yay, of romance, love, and unity. Yeah, let's welcome those pink rose dragons for sure. Mm. Okay, and just notice what that feels like. So on Valentine's Day, my healer friend Susan Chamberlain blogged, and I like what she wrote, so I'm going to share it. So heart energy connects all souls. The heart is our key organ. Open it and use it. This is our heart compass. Living in heart coherence, Rhonda, you know all about this. Living in heart coherence harmony will become our destiny. This is the most positive place you need to be within your sacred heart energy. Our heart's sacredness is our divine connection to the cosmos. Make room in your heart for the growth of humanity's heart and compassion. Find it in yourself to be open and kind. Go out in the day and throughout your soul journeys as you divinely love yourself, love others from a totally divine heart, not from your mind. It's all about love. We're on a journey of love, not just for one day, for every day. We need to feel love, we need to give love, and we need to receive love. So it needs to be a current that we live in. And this is the time on our journey to notice the calling of the divine feminine in each one of us. The divine feminine is love within form. That's why the Marys and Kuan Yin are coming in as well. That is coming from each of us to each of us. So feel this love power. There we go. Let it sweep through your heart all the way to your soul. Just feel what that feels like. And when you feel something like that, share it. Share it with another, even if it's a quick text or an email or, I don't know, something nice for your neighbors. Or when you feel it, share it immediately, because we're here to love one another. The same way, if possible, the way that God loves us, that is the goal. We just know that the love is essential. So self-love is a huge part of the journey of our soul evolving. So as we continue to go within, self-care is also an important part of the self-love package. So be willing to do what you need to do to take good care of your body and your soul. And let the divine embrace you on your journey. Okay, so we can already feel quite an upliftment happening, if that's a word. So let's do the brain balance. So we cone our fingers, place them into our forehead and breathe. We're working on heart coherence, but we want the brain to be coherence because this is going to give us our full body love bomb feeling. There we go. And when that feels good, just switch the cross so the other hand is in front. We're balancing the left side, right side brain hemisphere. Why? So we move into our right mind. That's our intuitive mind, the mind of God. When you feel that shift, that sigh, that release, that softening, then you hold your hands outside your brain and see a rainbow running through your brain. It should feel good. Yep, just let the rainbow run from one hand to the other hand through your brain. Brain bow. Thank you, Libby, for naming that. Rainbow. Woo! Woo! Okay. Okay, that's much better. Okay, now I'm happy again. Okay, so and then just tapping our heart, saying our name, your whole name. I am Anjanette Annie Nelson Anastar. I am here. I am here. Say, I am here. And I accept this healing for my highest good. Okay. Before we do a little prayer for Chamuel, a, a being wanted to come in and join us. It's the hummingbird. And so, as the hummingbird comes and visits us tonight, it came this morning and said it was going to be part of this thing. I was like, yay. So let us say hello to the energy of the hummingbird. Okay, just feel where you feel the hummingbird. Okay, come hummingbird, come hummingbird. Please join us, hummingbird. Okay, and just feel the hummingbird energy coming in as we invoke its presence and energy to be with us. The gift of the hummingbird is to put more emotional sweetness in our lives. Thank you, God. Okay. Hummingbirds help us as we move through heart openings. So we naturally draw more love into our lives, and they are really positive, enthusiastic. I mean, obviously, right? You see them at bird feeders, they go bananas. Of course, they're enthusiastic and positive. And they're spiritually very resourceful. They're curious, they're smart, and they love to learn. And you know you're out of balance with hummingbird energy when you tend to be pushy, insistent, or sharp. And so we just welcome in the hummingbird energy. There we go. I feel it in my throat. Right. Thank you. So when I was in Peru, they worship the hummingbird and they say it's a great sign when you see one above your head because it's literally drinking from your God nectar, your connection to source. So I've only seen it like once, and it was someone in Peru. It was like a shaman doing this, and I was like, "Holy Toledo, there's a hummingbird above his head!" Like it proved to me what they were saying. Okay, so let's do a share screen. Okay, right. Share screen and oh, I have to use my brain here. Hold on. Oh, oh no, push the wrong button. Sorry. We'll do this. I'll get it one way or another. Here we go. Okay. Hmm. I don't know how to design these things yet, so I'm sorry if it's a little blurry. Yeah, there you go. Put your glasses on, right? So Archangel Chamuel. And Archangel Chamuel can sometimes look like a female or a male, whichever one you need it to be at the moment. But if we can read this together, you can pinch it with your fingers if you're on your phone or an iPad. But Archangel Chamuel, please help me to find inner peace and balance. Help me to embrace the universal love energy found in stillness. And just notice where you feel this archangel coming in to assist, because we're getting ready to do the inner presencing. And so just notice what you notice where we invoke his, her love. Again, I feel it in the throat. Yeah. Okay. Joanna, heart and arms. Okay, good. Whew. Okay. So, of course, why do we talk about love so much? Because we're seeking to balance our shadows, the yin and the yang. So we're seeking to unlock that which has been hidden, uncovering our gifts, our mastery, to destructure that which has been holding us in places of stuckness, procrastination, resistance, hindrances, fear, fear, doubt, darkness, sabotaging, where we get in our own way. We're asking for restructuring so our ego is to be of service to our unfolding instead of a hindrance. I didn't even know this was possible until I directly started working with the ego, and that it can become a super ego. So we don't want to eliminate the ego. We want to illuminate the ego. Yes. So our vibration becomes our protection. Richard Rudd said that the other day, and I was like, dude, that's so true. And love is our best protection. So if we're vibrating at that, the fear cannot exist. We will see it as unreal. And that softens the ego when we invite it to move into our divine line of light. So when we're, scattered and cluttered inside around our houses, changing our minds all the time, it's not clear, in fear about the headlines, it's a funny place to manifest from because it's diluting our real message. The universe is getting mixed signals, and it just creates more of what we're emitting. And it's almost like we forget that we have the power of love to say no to this interference. We have that power. And when the fear is gone and we really say it from a place of sovereignty with love of God in our hearts, and our ego is invited to the game, to the healing, to be illuminated, it really does change our inner world and our outer world. And for those of us who are over helpers for people, it really helps with boundaries. So, we seek, and we seek because we're suffering. And we want freedom. But the real freedom that we really want is to be in the heart of Source again, to be in the heart of One. And so all shadow states feel like victim states. But it's our fear that keeps us from heading directly into and addressing it and saying hello with a heart-filled, a light-filled heart. So as we learn to say hello to our shadow and work and transform our ego to a super ego that we have reassigned to keeping us on the path of love. When you move past the suffering, whether we're suffering for ourselves or suffering because people around us are suffering, there becomes the place where there's no more agenda. And we don't need to hold opinions or ideas or thoughts about how things should be. And that nothingness can be very powerful. And it makes the ego go bananas because it doesn't know how to maneuver through it. So that's why we invite it to evolve, to get to the place where we value the connection to Source just as much, if not more, than what's happening around us in the 3D world, that allows our ego to step out of the drama, that keeps us feeling alive, and step us into a place of peace of being alive. It's like a teenager growing up, when you finally get over the hormone period, you calm down a little bit, and there's not so much need for drama. So we're all just growing up. We're growing up into the light and the heart of Source, of creation, where we came from. We're growing up into the vibration of home, of oneness, so that we can be it in this body and anchor it into the earth. So to be truly free then we'd be an empty shell, a vessel for light to continuously fill us moment to moment to moment and guide us And in that acceptance that we would experience as creators on earth together. I mean, this is the dream. This is what it's what we're working towards. And that all looks terrifying to the shadow, right? So we get a lot of kickback because of course it wouldn't have any more hold on us. But to get this softening to the point where we're just a shell, a container, an empty container for the light, you can't go balls to the walls to attain this type of freedom because your ego will shut you down. So you just grow. You just grow and trial and error and trial and error, and you make amends and you make repairs to the holes in your energy field, and you make repairs to relationships in your lives that have been draining so you can hold more light, so you can do more shadow work, so you can grow and evolve more and grow and evolve faster and see the game for what it is and have the intestinal and internal fortitude to move through the resistance, to move through the wall of fire, to move through the initiations and not feel destroyed by them, but to feel enlivened by them, knowing in your heart that we're all here to remember who we really are and that we're all connected to Source and we're all connected through each other's hearts. And it's the purification of our hearts that makes it realize this love has always been there. We just have to clean up the debris so we can feel it and see it again. And then make a conscious choice to live in that love and stay curious and be willing to be guided like a little kid on a scavenger hunt, an Easter egg hunt, like, ooh, and stay positive and curious and wonder and in awe and ask the questions to the universe, not from your victimized state, but by your true self. Speak as if you're already moving from your I am presence. For example, show me, God, where I limit myself. Show me where I can love myself more like you love me. Show me where I block your love. Show me where I withhold love. Show me where I use love as a weapon. Show me where I don't feel worthy of your love or I don't trust anymore because you didn't give me what I wanted. So forgive me and restore my faith and trust. We start to ask really potent questions from this place when we really sink in there. How can I be more tolerant? How can I be more amused, more curious? It keeps us out of our suffering when we stay curious in our hearts, keeping our hearts open, even when we are experiencing pain. So we probably won't get rid of all of our earthly human longings, right? Because we're human. But we can be a witness to where those longings are coming from. Longings to the point where they create suffering. Yeah. And we can clean up the points of origin. So essentially the love of self, the love of life, the love of God, the love of Source, the love of the game, will be the elixir that lubricates us through these dark tunnels. And eventually we realize we are the creators that we're seeking. And then we can ask ourselves in a really loving way, talk to our ego, why do I create blank? We ask it very lovingly with great honesty and reverence and curiosity. And we stay connected to the light as we ask the question and wait for the answers to be illuminated um, so that we will have so much more kindness and acceptance and forgiveness for ourselves and more self-love. And this will help us be kinder to others too, in the whole human species. And eventually the karma and the drama and the blaming gets drawn in. Instead of us trying to push it out, it gets drawn in where we have a place of compassion for ourselves and the world through the heart center. And we live stronger in this tunnel of light. And that's why we're here, to find peace in our hearts, to anchor peace on earth. So magically, when we stop pushing and we start floating, moving with the currents of life, we play the game better. And you can't make it happen. You have to relax and sink into it and find the places where your ego resists and wants things to stay chaotic and fast-paced and dramatic and scattered. You're simply welcoming in the art of allowing. And in the meantime, well, we live as a human with all the trappings and trimmings. I heard that the other day, the trappings and trimmings of being human, and that come along with being human. But the invitation always remains. And eventually the guest arrives. And that's the self-acceptance, self-love, peace, harmony within yourself and the world around you. It's like we're romancing freedom. And it's a feminine spirit. And girls like to be romanced. Well, maybe men do too. We all have a male and female side. We like to be romanced. We have to invite in the mystery out of it and follow our true nature. So if you ask and you're willing to see and you're willing to find, where am I in my own way of my shadow work? Then this is the pearl. That's the gift. This is the part of us that wants to be illuminated. We know if we're asking from that place that we've actually got our ego online and paying attention to us and becoming coherent within us. And well, after all, that's what we want. The coherence and love. Love is the glue for all of our scatteredness and broken pieces and frozenness. It's love. Love is the glue. So now that we have the hummingbird on our side and Ignatia, I'm going to read more about that. And Arch Angel Chamuel, I'm going to turn on some music and we can trip out on this heart picture and see it pulsing. If you have your eyes open, you might have your eyes shut, and if you do, good. Okay, so let's play a little music while we just do some inner presencing work, and that's where we just actively go inside and watch and say hello to that which may be dark or unmoving. Or you could literally just watch these beautiful beings of light work on us. Whatever you want to do is good. The replay's here. You can do it. You can sleep, rest this time, and then, more actively do it another time. But feel the hummingbird, feel this presence in us. And the Ignatia is for this emotional shock and grief and heaviness and sad heart. It's like a shocked heart. Whew. So invite in the Ignatia. I feel the hummingbird in the head and the Ignatia in the heart. Ooh, the Ignatia is good for anxiety and headaches and sensitivity of the nervous system. Hallelujah. I have some in front of me here. I have in all the doses. So any dose that's best for you, whether it's 12C, 30C, 1M, 2M. There we go. The one that's right for you will come in. Ignatia is really good for like a lump in the throat sensation that actually swallowing relieves it. It's great for asthma or constricted airways. If you've ever, broken a rib or had your diaphragm really squished, there we go. It's good for PMS. It's good for sleeplessness, especially if the sleeplessness is from anxiety. And it's good for cramps. Thank you, Ignatia. Please dance in and around each one of us as we bathe in a bath of love and allow and welcome this healing to happen. Whew. Thank you, Hummingbird, for all your gifts. And Chamuel, let's hear how Chamuel loves to be of service to humans. The most called upon archangel for love and relationship harmony. He's the angel of peace and divine justice as well, guarding children, guarding our innocence, and giving strength to overcome difficult situations. Archangel Chamuel is the angel of pure love and brings powerful spiritual illumination into your life, especially when you're feeling anxious, sad, lonely, heartbroken due to circumstances beyond your control. We call upon this archangel to fill our hearts with love. Just see where you feel him, and if he shows up as a male or female, both are. Archangel Chamuel does both. Ooh, there we go. Just let that picture of the heart pulsate out to you. Like Archangel Michael, Chamuel has omniscient vision and can see everything and everyone and everything in between at all times. And archangels fill the roles as we need to bring in more motherly or female energy, motherly love or female energy, where masculinity might feel not quite right. There we go. It's going to adjust to just how you need it. Chamuel is often depicted with a heart armor, is pink around the heart, balancing emotions, helping us in difficult situations where emotions are running high. And he's often seen with doves for peace, and pink flowers, particularly roses, for love. Let him come in and assist you, bringing in love to difficult situations so that peace can be attained in relationships and family and work and life, helping us find inner peace and better understanding of ourselves. Assisting us in forgiveness and releasing of past traumas and past hurts that no longer are helpful on our future path. Chamuel brings love to all 33 dimensions of the universe, as a servant of God, pushing spiritual love through all the dimensions as waves of light, the ability to change and charge everything with a positive energy to remove the negative, assisting us in abundance, success, soulmates, true loves, spiritual partners, gives us strength, a quality that we need when expressing tough love in relationships based on wisdom. He's a peacekeeper. He's an animal lover and helps anyone who is working to save lives. But the forte is really in the loving relationships and peace in our heart for ourselves and the people we're in relationships with, whether it's nations or neighbors or families or couples. And so we welcome this healing for the world as well, not just the United States, the whole world, all nations. May he be the commander of all the armies, the angel of love. Breathing in, breathing out, letting the heart become in sync with the heartbeat of the earth. Bathing in a high frequency of love. You might feel bursts of it coming out like pink fireworks. Allow this magical love to permeate every aspect of your being. Here come the pink dragons. The dusty rose pink dragon, filling us with joy and divine connection. Opening our hearts and embracing the sacred flow, cosmic love. Let it radiate within you. Let it merge all the places and spaces that might feel stuck or unmoving. With this love and Ignatia and Hummingbird and dragon energy and Archangel energy just pulse through you until it reaches the places and spaces that have felt unloved, the places that make us defensive, places and spaces that make us feel agitated and unhappy and uneasy and out of time. Let it cleanse and purify your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. Drop in deeper. Let it go to the core, the root of your being. Start to feel a humming inside, a vibration. Let it vibrate each of your chakras so you come into tune. Let it clear out all your meridians and chakras and channels of communication. Channels of clairvoyance. All the places and spaces where you feel lack or not enough or stuck. Let it go deeper. Breathe it in deeper. Allow it in. This unconditional love is the elixir that heals the places and spaces where we don't feel good enough or worthy enough, or it's too hard, or we question the process of life, where our trust and faith in how the world is unfolding has become diminished. Let this unconditional love restore your faith and trust that everything is in divine time. Deeper, let it go deeper, all the way to the root, wherever that root might be in your timeline, to a particular age, to a particular event. Let it go deeper, bathing you, gently surrounding the pains, the hurts, the fears, the resistances, the anger. Can you love that which is unlovable in you, that you have judged unlovable? Can you love bomb that right now? Can you love your fear? Can you love your ego? Can you love your circumstances? Can you love your struggles? Can you love your questions? Can you love your stuckness? Can you love your lack? Ooh. Can you love all of it? Let the love do the work. It's not discriminating. It's connecting to everything, even the parts we've turned ourself away from and left in the cold or tried to push out of us, tried to ignore. This is the fragments of ourselves, the parts of ourselves that have become unintegrated. We're looking for the coherence of ourselves. So we're going to love that which we turn away from. No longer turn away. We can face anything with love in our eyes and love in our hearts, even our miscreations. Can you forgive yourself for your miscreations across all time, space, dimensions, and realities? Can you love your ego? Can you love the parts of yourself that bother you? Good. Let them soften in this love. Know that they are invited and seen and held in this love. And the Ignatia and the hummingbird and the rose pink dragons and Chamuel and Kuan Yin and Mother Mary are holding you in such sacred energy as these things just instantly start to transform with this unrelenting love, love bombing until it surrenders. Oh. Start to deepen your breath. If you have a glass of water, you can hold it in between your two hands and let this flow that is washing over your heart come right down your arms into the glass of water. Notice your heart has wings right now. Feel the lightness in there. And then when you're ready, drink the water. And wiggle your toes and stretch out your arms and let your breath fill your whole body and being and space around you. Notice the quality of the energy around you, your aura. See if you can feel a presence still in you. I think this will stay for quite a bit. And as always, I value your time, and I'm always grateful when you create time to be here with me and others in Light Circle, connecting with love, the source of love, and letting it cleanse and purify us, raising our vibration and supporting us all on walking the path of love. the best way we can. Let's run some integration energies in. The golden infinity loop from our left brain to our right brain, and from above our head down to our heart, above our head down to our heart, and then front and back, from the front of our heart to the back of our heart. And then getting electromagnetic balance from the earth and the stars for our body and soul, so we can start to feel our body, our limbs again. Heads all the way down to the toes. Let's tap this information in from our frontal cortex into the back brain, our reptilian brain, gently tapping this information all the way back into our consciousness, so it's embedded in our nervous system, so it upgrades our nervous system. Wow, that Ignatia is super helpful for the nervous system. That we have to remember that one. That was wonderful. Ooh. And we thank the hummingbird, as well as the Ignatia and Archangel Chamuel, and our I am presences, and all the beings of love and light that came here tonight to support us. These energies will be just as strong on the recording. And do we have permission to close for now? We do. Okay, great. I'm going to turn off the recording, and then we can stay and share if anyone would like to, or ask questions, or just get more grounded before you move on to the rest of your evening. And I look forward to connecting with you again for Illuminate number 5. We can either do it in 3 weeks or 8 weeks. Your choice. I'll probably send out a flyer at some point and get a feeling again of who can participate, and then we'll pick a good day for everybody. My love to you all. Thank you again for your participation, and be well.